Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, my name is Samuel Benay Batubara with student number 22055311097. In this presentation, I will explain the topic fundamentals of metal casting from chapter 10 of the book Manufacturing Processes for Engineering Materials. Casting involves three main steps: pouring molten metal into a mold, letting it solidify, and removing the finished part. The quality of the casting depends on how the metal flows, how it cools, and what material is used for the mold. Once the molten metal enters the mold, solidification begins. The cooling rate, type of metal, and mold shape all influence the structure and properties of the final casting. Pure metals like aluminum or iron freeze at a fixed temperature. The temperature remains constant during solidification while latent heat is released. Cooling creates fine grains near the mold wall and coarser grains toward the center. Figure 10.1 shows how a pure metal cools and shrinks during solidification. In part A, the metal cools as a liquid until it reaches the freezing temperature. Between point A and B, it solidifies at a constant temperature while releasing latent heat. After solidification ends, the solid metal continues to cool. In part B, the specific density increases as the metal contracts, first as a liquid, then during solidification, and again as a solid. This figure highlights that temperature and shrink age must be controlled to prevent casting defect. Alloy begin to solidify below the liquidus and complete at the solidus temperatures. Between these 2 points is the Moschi zone, where both liquid and solid exist. Dendrites grow in this zone and can lead to microsegregation and porosity if cooling is not uniform. The grain structures formed during solidification directly determine the casting's mechanical properties. Small, uniform grains improve strength and ductility. Adding inoculants can help refine grain size and reduce segregations. Fluid flow determines how the molten metal fills the mold. Bernoulli's and continuity equations describe pressure and velocity relations in the gating system. The goal is to maintain smooth, laminar flow to avoid turbulence and air entrapment. A tapered screw ensures the molten metal maintains contact with the wall and prevents air from being sucked in. Turbulence must be controlled by proper gating design. Excessive turbulence can cause defects like rust and air entrapment. Fluidity determines how well a metal can fill a mold. High viscosity or oxide films reduce fluidity, while higher pouring temperatures improve it. The spiral mold test is commonly used to measure the metal's fluidity. Figure 10.9 shows a spiral mold used to test the fluidity of molten metal. The metal is poured through the pouring cup and flow down the sprue into the spiral channel. The fluidity index is measured down by how far the metal traveled before it solidified. A longer spiral length, it means higher fluidity, which indicates the metal can fill molds more easily. Heat transfer controls how quickly casting solidifies. According to Chorivnov rules, solidification times increase with the volume to surface area ratio. Thin sections cool faster, while larger or thick parts solidify more slowly. Figure 10.10 illustrates the temperature distribution during metal solidification. The curve shows a sharp temperature drop at both the air mold and metal mold interface, caused by imperfect contact and boundary layers. heat flows from the molten metal through the molten to the mold and then into the surrounding air. This figure highlight how heat transfer control the cooling rate and solidification behavior in casting. Most metals shrink as they solidify and cool. This can lead to warping or cracking if not properly controlled. Some metals, such as gray cast iron, actually expand due to graphite formation. Table 10.1 compares how different metals change in volume during solidification. Most metals, such as aluminum, zinc, and copper, shrink by about 4 to 7% as they solidify. However, a few materials like gray, iron, bismuth, and silicon actually expand when solidifying. This formation is important for casting design because shrinkage can cause cavities, while expansion can affect dimensional accuracy. Casting defects can result from improper mold design, poor flow, or inadequate cooling. The International Committee of Foundry Technical Associations classified them into 7 main categories from A to G. Figure 10.12 shows example of hot tears that form during casting. Hot tears occur when the metal cannot shrink freely as it solidifies, usually because part of the mold or cores restrict movement. These cracks typically appear along weak grain boundaries while the metal is still hot and partially solid. To prevent hot tears, foundries often use isothermic padding or control the cooling rate in critical sections. Porosity is one of the most common casting defects. It can be caused by shrinkage or dissolved gases. Using risers, chills, and proper deoxidation technique helps minimize porosity and improve quality. Figure 10.14 shows how chills are used in casting to control solidification and prevent shrinkage cavities. In part A, a chill is a block of metal placed in the mold to increase the cooling rate in thick or hot sections. In part B, we can see how chills help eliminate porosity by forcing metal to solidify directionally toward the riser. In part C, a chill is placed between a boss section to avoid internal voids. Using chills ensure uniform cooling and improve casting soundness. This example shows aluminum automotive pistons made using permanent mold casting. Simulation tools like MagmaSoft and Procast help predict air entrapment and optimize mold design before production. Figure 10.17 shows a computer simulation of mold filling and solidification in an aluminum piston casting. In part A, the simulation tracks temperature distribution as molten metal fills the mold. The number indicates temperature in degrees Celsius, showing how heat moves through the casting. Air pockets and underfilled areas appear where molten metal cannot reach. In part B, the solidification pattern is shown with region near the liquidus and solidus mark. This type of simulation helps engineer identify defects, optimize gating design, and improve overall casting quality before actual production. In summary, casting is a vital manufacturing process that depends on precise control of solidification, fluid flow, and heat transfer. Understanding these fundamentals help prevent defects and achieve high-quality, economical casting. The material for this presentation was fully adapted from Chapter 10 of Kalpakjian and Smith Manufacturing Process for Engineering Materials. And that is all of my presentation. Thank you for watching. Om Santi Santi Santi.